Howdy. So, we are here today with our fancy mic, continuing the Here's a Thought series, talking about human nature. What is human nature? In one word, selfishness. In two words, self-focused. Okay? Human nature is basically where you're all about you no matter what. Okay? And if you can deny yourself, your human nature, that is the first step to becoming great, everybody's friend, and everybody wants to be your friend, and you can provide the most value yourself to the world, okay? If you can just deny yourself your human nature. Now, very simply put, just deny yourself your human nature, but very difficult to do, okay? There's a lot of different ways to train this. One of them, in which I do, would be fitness, okay? Because your body's always screaming, no, you don't want to do this hurts, eating the right stuff is boring, it doesn't taste good, okay? It tells you all that stuff until your body is trained to where it lives and it survives and it thrives off that, and it's like, dude, this is good for you, okay? Self-love is self-discipline. We went over that in a previous video. Selfishness is human nature. Okay, and if you can deny yourself that human nature and you can train it and you can whip it into shape, you'll find that a lot of things change. A quick, for instance, an experiment for you to try, okay? Next time you're talking to a stranger or to a friend or just to anyone outside yourself, okay? Next time you're talking to somebody, in the conversation, instead of thinking like you usually do, however that works, however you work in conversation, what I want you to do is think about them. Ask them questions about them. Be genuinely interested in them, okay? And if you make that conversation about them, you'll find, one, the conversation lasts a whole lot longer. Two, they're going to like you a whole lot more. And three, all of a sudden, you're their best friend, okay? It's the weirdest thing on the globe. I did this experiment at a dance once, okay? I picked out about 5 or so people that I was going to talk to, but I was going to talk about them to them. Being like, oh, what's your favorite color? Why? That's so interesting. So how did you get into that or into this? Or what are you into? Just questions, okay? Just question them, okay? Don't interrogate them. Sound interested and let one question lead into another. And converse or have conversation on the answers to those questions before leading into others so that way they don't feel like they're being interrogated, okay? Then I picked, 5 or so people that I was going to talk about me to. Interestingly enough, about a couple years down the road, the people that I talked about me to dropped off the face of the globe and disappeared. I don't really care. Like, this was all an experiment, okay? And the other handful of people are still keeping up with me. I was like, how interesting is that? Because I talked about them to them, there was something in their subconscious that was just like, whoa, this dude is awesome. And I didn't even have to talk about me. Like, I didn't mention one thing about me, and they find me extremely interesting because I found them interesting. Okay? So, what is human nature? Selfishness. Deny it, and you can provide more value to others because you're not so busy providing value to yourself. If you can think beyond yourself, then you can be here for more than yourself, and more of the world is going to appreciate you because you appreciate more of the world, kind of deal. So, something to keep in mind. Obviously, comment your thoughts on this thought down below. It was something I wanted to share because a lot of people are like, well, it's human nature, okay? Something that just sums up all of human nature, selfishness, okay? It's just how it works. Very simply put, it's just that, okay? So, like, if you're like wondering, like, why are they doing this? Question the nature in which they're doing something. Okay, more times than not, like 99.99999% of the time. No, that's not a scientific statistic there, but 90% of the time, it's going to be because they're doing it out of human nature. Okay, so instead of being like, oh, they're confusing me so bad, no, just look at the nature in which they're doing it. Are they doing it for you? No? Okay, they're doing it for them. It's just that's usually how it goes, okay? 90% of the time they're doing it for them because they're doing it out of instinct instead of out of thought, okay? Think through your choices. Don't instinctively choose, okay? There's the thought for the day. As usual, comment what you would like to see me do further videos on. I also do reaction videos, so be ready for those as well. See you guys later. Pierce out. Boop.